Everyone, let's continue with our topic. And the question to Emmanuel, who's very intelligent. What are the different wireless communication media?
Satellite,
Satellite,
radio waves, microwaves, infrared.
yes, Achut?
Like attendance again.
Oh, it's because 1 hour class. All right. Ashwin,
Present, ma'am.
I'll put you absent. Alvin,
Amazing, Alvin.
Mohammed Adeen, yes, to start. Ashwin, again.
Atrocious.
Okay, that's all right. So satellite. Next, Emmanuel, satellite.
Radio waves,
Ah,
microwaves.
ah.
Waves.
One more. Four.
Radio waves, microwaves, infrared, satellite.
Yes. What is infrared communication? Alvin Benny. Infrared.
Infrared. Infrared wireless media communication.
Okay, that's a very intelligent answer. Wireless communication. That's okay. Understood. Gauri. What are microwaves? Alvin. I'm changing the question. Microwaves.
Waves used for mobile tower network.
What are the different characteristics?
Characteristics.
Can it penetrate walls?
No.
So that is one of the characteristics. Then what kind of communication? It's line-to-line communication, is it?
Line.
What are the things we need? We need towers, antennas, transmitter, receiver, and atmosphere. Okay.
Yes.
Oh. The next is radio waves. So let's see what are radio waves right now. Radio waves are used, about FM radio. So radio transmission is being done using radio waves. So what are the speciality of radio waves? It's broadcasting. Broadcasting means the data, the signals are being sent to all the directions. If the data is sent through all the directions, the signal is sent to all the directions, then it is called as omnidirectional. Omnidirectional. All the directions. And the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth signals are, what kind of signals? If somebody is asking you what kind of signal it is? Wi-Fi and Bluetooth?
Radio.
Radio waves. And the speciality, it can penetrate through walls. It can penetrate solid objects. That's why if you're sitting in some other room or outside, you're able to get the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth because the signals can penetrate solid objects. Clear? So first thing is, what are radio waves? Radio waves are used to transmit television and radio programs. And Wi-Fi Bluetooth has these two technologies are using radio waves. Then the characteristics, it is omnidirectional and it can penetrate solid objects. These are the two characteristics. What about a TV remote? TV remote, sorry, receiver remote. Can the signal penetrate the solid objects?
No, ma'am.
No. So that means they are not using radio waves. They are using what kind of waves? The waves are infrared waves. Infrared. So it is a line of sight communication. You have to sit in the same line of sight of the receiver. Only then your signal will receive the destination. And it's used for short range. But in smart TVs, we can see many smart TVs are using this radio waves in their remote. You can sit in any room and you can control the channels. You can control it. So smart TV, TVs remotes are, latest ones are using radio waves. Normally it is infrared waves. And it is used for short range communication, approximately 5 to 10 meters. And is used in cordless mouse and wireless keyboards and remote controlled devices. And they do not pass through solid objects.
Ma'am, so in this like remote control toys and all is infrared use.
Yes.
Then why do they have something like an antenna?
Antenna, you need antenna. Antenna is the one which is receiving the signal. And when you buy a modem or router and you get an internet connection, you'll be getting a modem or router. There you can see an antenna. Some modems are there without antenna. If there is no antenna, it's not Wi-Fi connection is not available. Antenna is required. Some modems 2 antennas. 2 antennas are there, then the Wi-Fi range will double. Will get. Just check your modem. I can see an antenna, small one. The modem and router together in a single device. I thought actually went to check the modem. No, his connection is lost. Which company's remote this is? Any idea?
LG.
LG or Sony? What about Sony? Sony also has a similar kind of remote. Okay.
Don't know.
LG. Okay. Then next one is the cost expensive one is satellite communication. Only because of the satellite communication, we are able to see the live cricket, live football, and the different channels like Hotstar. From Hotstar, we are getting Intelsat. Many satellites are providing the TV channels, etc. Satellite link. So it is used for long distance wireless communication. Okay. And this is a satellite. And suppose this here is the football match. And from here, it will receive the satellite. And then from the satellite, suppose this is Kerala, this is some other country. So from the satellite, we'll get a match in the TV. So this frequency, the transmission from Earth to a satellite, from Earth to satellite is, it's called uplink frequency, uplink. And the transmission from a satellite to Earth is called downlink. This is downlink, this is uplink. And the characteristics are very expensive and requires legal permissions. You don't have to study much. And if the question is asked like, the Delhi office is planning to have a central office in Kerala, and they need a wireless communication. So which will be the most suitable one? Microwave, infrared, like that, and the last option is satellites. Which you will prefer? Delhi to Kerala, satellite, or to some other country also. So if the distance is more, then always we go for satellite. Alvin, is it a rosary bracelet? Is it rosary bracelet?
Yes, ma'am.
Finished? Krishnadhan, finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Next heading is the different network devices. Network devices. So the wireless wired mediums are over. Now, in order to form a network, we need few more devices. So communication media we study. Now network devices. Other than computers, of course, you need. Then network devices. What are the different network devices that you know?
Ma'am, radio.
Network devices.
Oh, like routers.
Yes. If you want to get a internet connectivity, you need a modem, isn't it? Modem is required. Then suppose 40 systems are there. If you want to interconnect each and every system, not interconnect actually, if you want to transfer data from one system to another in a network, we need another thing that is called a router. Router is required. Then to route the message, to route the packets. So that router is needed. Then in order to find out the destination and to send to the destination, the required data, we need another thing that is called switch or hub. Then in every systems, we need another device that is called network interface card or network interface unit, it is called as. Then these are the main things we need. Only then we can establish a network connectivity. Okay. So let's see one by one. So which are they? Then another one is the gateway. Gateway and Wi-Fi card is for Wi-Fi connectivity. just like your mobile phone. Mobile phone, then your mobile phone has an inbuilt card, and Wi-Fi card is available for when you buy Jio. You get a small box like this, isn't it? Inside there's a card is the Wi-Fi card. And
Wi-Fi card we need inside the PCs also, right?
if PC, by default, PCs are not Wi-Fi enabled. Only wired connection is possible in a normal PC. If you want to make a Wi-Fi connection through a PC, then what do you need? You need to add a separate Wi-Fi card you will get with an antenna. That you need to add extra. Then only you'll get a Wi-Fi connection. Okay? But in laptop, it is already inbuilt. You don't have to worry about that in mobile phone also. But in PC, normal PCs, it won't be there. The first main thing is modem. What is the full form of modem, Mohammed Adib? Any idea? Just try. Modem.
Has a full form.
It has a full form. Mo. It is doing mo and it is doing dem. That's why it's called as modem. What is this mo stands for? Modulator. It is doing a modulation. Modulator. What can be DEM? Demodulator. It is a modulator and demodulator device. Then what is modulator? What kind of signal it is in computer data? What kind of signal?
Binary.
Digital. That is digital signal. What about your voice signal or your video signals? What kind of signal it is normally?
Waves. Analog.
That is analog. So computer knows only binary language, that is the digital signals. So the analog signals should be converted into digital signals. Only then a computer can access it. These analog signals are coming from the wires, which is sent by the ISPs, Internet Service Providers. Can be either optical fiber cable or coaxial cable or twisted pair cable. So Kerala Vision and all, they are providing this your channels and internet connection in a single cable, isn't it? So the main thing is that these wires are transmitting only analog signals. So these analog signals should be converted into digital signals. That conversion is done by this device modem. That process is called modulation, modulator. That's why it is called a modulator. Converting analog signals into digital signals. So what can be demodulator? If you want to send a message to some person. So what has to be done? It has to be converted from digital to analog. Then it has to be sent through the channel. Optical fiber cable or coaxial cable. Okay. That process is called demodulation. So modem is a device which is acting as a modulator and demodulator. That is why this, for internet connectivity, modem is very, very important. That's why you need to pay some 3,000 rupees for a modem. Okay. And to this modem, the connection is being done by the ISPs. Am I right? The Ethernet cable, or it is, they will do a connection to your modem. Isn't it? Next one is RJ45 connector. Now we see modem. Modulator, demodulator. modulator. Two Ds are not there. Modulator, demodulator. At this point, the role of modem is to convert digital signal to analog signal. And at the destination, convert analog signal to digital form. Now my question is, we have a network connection through different devices in a computer lab, suppose. 30 systems are there. There is no internet connectivity. So do we need a modem? Only we are sending and receiving messages among different systems. Do we need a modem in that situation? Hello? No, we don't need modem. We don't need modem. Only if you want to change the digital to analog and analog to digital, we need a modem. That is used for only in the internet connectivity places, we need this modem. Otherwise, we need another device that is required. That is a router is needed, a switch is needed. Okay, let's see. So converting digital signal to analog and analog to digital, that is the duty of modem. Ashwin, as always, yesterday also, today also, and tomorrow will be. So Ashwin, what are the different network devices?
Ma'am, modem, RJ45 connector, router, switch, gateway, Wi-Fi card.
What is the modem?
Modem is modulator, demodulator in a full form. It's a hardware component that allows a computer to or another computer such as a router or device to do.
Then what is its duty? What it is doing? How it is working?
Converts digital to analog.
And analog to digital. Oh my God, multitasking. Wonderful. And next one is your RJ45 connector. And RJ stands for registered jack. This is a cable that you can see those who are using PC. This cable is connected to a port. This connector, this thing is called RJ45 connector. This is the RJ45 connector. And the place where you are adding this to that port is called RJ45 port. So using PC, you can see that a light will be blinking. That is a communication, exchanging data from one place to another, blinking. If it's not blinking, that means you don't have a internet connectivity or network connection.
If it is not there also it is blinking now. If you simply connect the wire, it blinks.
That means it is passing the data. Even if there is no connectivity, it will blink? I don't think so. No.
Yes, but if the modem is on.
If the modem is on, that means data is coming.
Internet is not there. But the modem is on, then it blinks.
Yes. When internet comes, the blinking will be in a different fashion. Am I right? Next time you just check it. And you can see when internet connectivity is there, the blinking is different. When internet connectivity is not there, the blinking is in a different way. A green color. So these RJ45 connectors are used in Ethernet cables, that is twisted pair mainly. Modern Ethernet cable feature small plastic plugs on each end. So normally we use this. You don't have to worry about the normal plastic plugs. Now you need to study RJ45 connector. So RJ stands for registered jack. Next one is NIC. If you open the CPU cabinet, you can see that motherboard. You can see this card, NIC. Here comes your RJ45 port. This is that port. This is your NIC card. This will be inserted into your motherboard slot. Near to memory or your RAM, you can see this card, type of card on your PC. Just open the CPU cabinet and you can see this. Another name of this network interface card is Network Interface Unit, NIU. NIU. It contains an RJ45 slot. RJ45 slot to connect a Ethernet cable. Now, the manufacturers already had given a number, permanent number at the time of manufacture. That number is called as MAC address. Have you heard about this MAC address? The MAC address is the address of the NIC, Network Interface Card. That MAC address will never change. It is permanent. It is a hexadecimal number. That means your PC has a MAC address which is unique. No one else has this particular MAC address. In order to identify that particular NIC, a name is given by the manufacturer that is called as MAC address, and it is permanent. Media access control address. It is media access control. Is that clear? And it is again called as Ethernet card. So NIC has three names: Network Interface Card, Ethernet card, and Network Interface Unit. So, Dia, what is NIC?
Network Interface Card.
What is it?
It is also known as Ethernet card. It contains RJ45 slot to connect Ethernet card cable.
What is the purpose of Network Interface Card? Why there's a card? In order to establish a network. If you want to make a computer inside a network, you need that particular card. In that particular card, RJ45 connector is there. You have to insert RJ45 connector cable to that particular slot. Only then through this particular part, the data is going. Data is going to this part and the light is blinking. The data is going and coming back through this particular wire. Okay? Dia, are you there?
Ma'am.
So here it is attached to each of the workstations and the server and helps the workstation. Workstation means our normal computer. So workstations establish the important connection with the network. So in order to connect the computers with a network, we use network interface card. Now, router. Router. Just write down router. Nowadays, when you get an internet connection from the ISP, you will get a modem and plus the router together. A single device which has a modem capability and router capability. You can see in your modem, in that router, you can see router itself, which consists of a modem. You can see 4 slots. Just check it now, if it is possible, your router. 4 or 5 slots are there. Have you seen, Achit?
For Ethernet cable.
4 slots, have you seen? The other end, 3 or 4 slots.
Ma'am, like what kind of slots?
Yellow color, yellow color.
Which
RJ.
I have only 2, ma'am.
Only 2. That means you can connect 2 devices directly to through the cable. What about others? Adityraj, how many are there?
4.
4. That means you can connect 4 devices. That means you can transfer data directly from one device to another through this. So if there are different slots, then it is called as a router. So the router is used to exchange information from one system to another system directly. So Aditya, you have 4 slots and you have 4 PCs at home. Okay. And what you will do, one PC, you will connect the RJ45 cable to that particular port, other PC to that port, next PC to that port, the other PC to that port. So all the systems are connected to that particular port. Then you can directly send message from without internet connectivity also it will work. That's what I told you. There is no need of modem that time because all the 4 systems are digital signal systems. Am I right? All the 4 computers. So you can browse for the next system if you give the name and directly you can send a message from this system to the next system. Direct connection, wired connection. So the wired connection is best. The speed will be high. The speed will be high if you compare with Wi-Fi connection. If you do a direct connection through cable, then the download speed you check. And the download speed you check if you have a laptop and it is connected through a Wi-Fi connection. Speed will be a little bit less. So that's because it's a direct connection to the cable. Understood? So modem, this router can have many slots. So in our computer lab, we can see just, there's a fan, one ceiling, not ceiling fan, a table fan which is mounted on the wall, you can see, right? A fan is there. Just above that, a box is closed with a glass door. Inside that, what is it? It's a switch. And the router is, you can see, a router you can see, there itself a small devices. There is a modem and router. We are not using the router much, yes.
So when we are like when you're looking for modems and all, in the descriptions in some of them it will be written, this is not a router. What is that?
This is not a router.
Yes.
But normally, if you have more than one slot, if there is only one slot, that means it's pure modem. That means you are not sending any message to any other devices. You want to have an internet connectivity in your system. Plus, with an antenna, you can have a Wi-Fi connection. If many slots are there, that is a kind of router. Because through the router, if one system wants to communicate the next system, this data is going to the router first. From the router, it is going back to the destination. Okay. But There's another device. Next is another device called, what's a switch? Hub or switch. So mainly nowadays we use switch. That device is there in your computer lab. Inside that you can see a switch like this thing. How many slots are there? In the router there will be only few slots. See how many slots you will get are 24,
More than 20.
24, 48, etc. So in a computer lab, many systems are there to do the networking, 40 or 50 systems. So what we will do? We will buy a switch or a hub. All the days hub. Hub or switch will buy, and we will do the connection to this. One connection here, one connection here, one connection here. And this is called a switch, which is acting as like a router itself and sending the data. Suppose this is the system and this is the system. System number 1, system number 2. System number 1 and system number 2. Then this system, if it wants to send data to system number 2, what it should do? It will, the wired connection will be there to this. Okay. Then from this port, it will be sent to the destination. That is how it works. So just before that, we'll complete the definition of router. Here comes your IP address. So it's like a bridge. Okay. And a router means it has certain rules and regulations. And the main purpose, you have to write only this for examination. If the question says, what is a router? The main purpose of a router is to sorting and distribution of the data packets to their destination. Sorting the data packets, okay, sorting it out. Suppose there are 10 packets received in the router. It will be ordering, it will be sorting it out, and it will be distributing it to the destination. That is the duty of a router. That means it is routing the data to the destination. It will take the most possible routes, and it will find the way and it will reach the destination. Again, it will reach the destination. And it is using IP address that we will study the coming topic, like TCP/IP. When you study TCP/IP, we'll study about IP address and MAC address you have to study. That is about a router. Now hub. Hub and switch look alike. Look-wise, it's same, but the working is different. Now listen carefully. This is a hub. 1, 2, 3, 4 systems are there. System number 1, 2, 3, 4. System number 1 wants to send the data to system number 4. Anyways, the connections are there to the hub. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still, is that clear? 4 systems are there and a hub is there. If system number 1 wants to send information to system number 4, how the hub works? What will happen is system number 1 will send the data to the hub. So the duty of hub is to broadcast the data. So hub understood that it is coming from system number 1, but it does not, it never worries about the destination. What it will do, it will broadcast the data to all the systems which is connected to the hub. Understood? Aditya Raj. Hub will broadcast. Broadcast means it will send the data to all the systems without looking for the destination. All the systems which is connected to this particular hub. So how many systems are connected, Krishnandran, to this hub in this example? 4 systems. Then system number, it will send to system number 1 itself. So system number 1 will get the data. Then it will see, oh my God, I have sent the data. Why it is coming to my place? So it will ignore the data. It's not for me. Then hub will send to the system number 2. Then system number 2 will find out the destination. No, it's not system number 2. It's not for me. So it will ignore the data. Then it will send to system number 3. All together, simultaneously it will send. And system number 3 also will ignore it. And finally, system number 4. Then, oh, system number, destination number is written as system number 4. So it's for me, and that system number 4 will receive it. That is a specialty of a hub. Understood? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let's see about switch.
Ma'am, so hub is not important, right?
Hub is important for your examination. And practical wise, it is not important. And all the days it is used. Suppose there are 100 systems or 200 systems connected with different number of hubs. So the data congestion will be there because it is broadcasting the data.
Hub will be slower than switch, right?
Yes, because hub needs to broadcast. Not only that, no, hub is faster because it doesn't worry about the destination. It is just broadcasting the data. It is faster, but what happens to the network traffic? Network congestion, network traffic will increase. So the data will collide each other. So sometimes it may get damaged. So after so many years, they found a solution for this problem. There comes our switch. Now, listen carefully how switch is working. The same example, system number 1 wants to send the data to system number 4. System number 1 is sending the data to the switch. Switch is an intelligent hub. It's so intelligent, and it will check what is the destination return. Okay, system number 4. Then it will find the path, find the address of system number 4, the MAC address. It will find out, and the IP address, all the addresses it will find out of system number 4, and it will send the data only to system number 4. The data will be sent only to the intended device. That is specialty of switch. That is why switch is called as an intelligent hub. Understood? So, hub is doing a broadcast mode. So the first paragraph. It is an electronic device that connects several nodes to form a network and redirect the received information to all the connected nodes. There can be a question for your board examination. What is the difference between a hub and switch? So you need to write minimum 2 points. Okay. Then when it comes to switch, it is known as intelligent hub, and it is an intelligent device that connects several nodes to form a network and redirect the received information only to the intended node. That's the difference. So one is in a broadcast mode, and the one is in a only to the intended node. So which is more smarter?
Could you show us more?
Course. Which one switch or hub?
This one, sir.
Okay. And this is not important. This is how it is telling how this is working. How switch is finding the destination address. That's not important.
Okay, ma'am.
It's time. So 1 hour is over almost. So that's all for today. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.